Let me fix this test thing on. There it is. It is. Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late, out of date AEW Dynamite review. Not only this is going to cover AEW, but we're also going to talk about a bit about the whole CM Punk shoot or whatever. So CM Punk was on the Ariel Owani guy, whatever the fuck he is. He's some journalist. He interviewed CM Punk. He asked the hard-hitting questions or whatever. He asked the questions that about AEW to CM Punk. And it turns out, I don't know what happened with this whole NDA type of shit. I thought he was not supposed to talk about AEW or whatever. But he basically talked about, or he was honest of what he was asked about AEW. What he said about AEW was that, he did mention, and I'm surprised that he said this, because he's kind of guilty of this crap. He's kind of guilty, and it's kind of like a bunch of BS. Like, he's saying this when he committed to this bullshit. So CM Punk admitted that AEW is an indie promotion. It's basically a glorified indie promotion. He admitted to that. He admitted that AEW doesn't care to really be a show that wants to make money. They don't really care that they're going to lose money, and they only care about making 5-star bangers or whatever. And unfortunately, like, he is right with that, but unfortunately they don't care. But we've already been knowing that, but like, it's funny how a guy like he would say that, but yet you contribute to that shit. You contribute to a lot of shit that people praise AEW to because of you. And you like, again, CM Punk is the same guy who freaking said that, the NWO is not as big as me and Daniel Bryan, whatever. He said that shit. He also said a lot of stupid shit that fucking contribute to people believing that CM Punk and AEW was the best things in sliced fucking bread and it was saving wrestling. It's fucking lies. Like, are you kidding me? Whatever. Okay. He said that. I'm talking about how Jack Perry was obviously unprofessional. Like, he basically is one of the reasons why this whole thing happened with CM Punk, him quitting. He actually wanted to quit. This led him to actually being released by AEW. This whole Jack Perry shit being disrespected by Jack Perry, that kind of shit. Like, okay. So, like, it basically is like Jack Perry's fault in a somewhat. I don't know. Okay. So, like, he mentioned that. He mentioned how, like, so that it's basically a lot of Jack Perry shit. I'm trying to also remember what he said. So again, we talked about Jack Perry. Talked about what happened with the that whole bullshit with AEW, with that led him to leaving AEW or getting released. The Jack Perry shit that happened. What else? What else he said? I'm trying to remember what he said, people. So he mentioned how AEW was unprofessional. In terms of what happened at All In, like, he basically was like, he was lost. He doesn't know where the fuck he was going. They literally fucking asked him to do whatever, like, to try to show up to All In, and then yet they did not help him to fucking find his way to get to fucking All In. So, and I do think that's fucking unprofessional as all hell. Like, really, this is what you're gonna do, especially one of your top fucking stars. Like, come on here. He said that Tony Khan's big idea for a separate show, which was Collision, and to separate everybody. He even talked about how he refused that, or like how he didn't like that idea of having a show dedicated to him specifically, which apparently that was what Collision was. That was one of the reasons why they created Collision, was really because, get it? Nobody likes CM Punk, supposedly, and this led to freaking CM Punk getting, basically having the show created for him. That's what happened. And it's like, wow, they did, he himself thought that was stupid. Again, a whole Jack Perry shit that happened. And you know, you had the altercation. It was a lot of shit that's happened to Jack Perry. And he mentioned the truth of the truth is that Tony Khan is not a boss, but he's a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, which we can all agree he's like a nice guy or whatever, sure, you know, but like he's sure not the boss. And is he not wrong? Like, come on, compare him to an actual boss who makes the tough decisions, who's not trying to be friends with the wrestlers. Like, this is the problem with Tony Khan, and that's why AEW won't grow. It's because legit they're trying to be a glorified indie fed, and Tony Khan likes a fucking. He's like a mark to indie wrestling. That's why this show will not be as big. Because again, look at what happened when he started. They like are like about half of how much they were making, how much they had. Like, come on here. Imagine how nobody in AEW talked to him for 6 months after Brawl out. He had sort of his tricep surgery by himself. He said the difference about getting injured in both companies is night and day. That apparently, like, you know, he had more support in WWE than in AEW, which is funny. He said how AEW is just not a real business. It's not about selling tickets or it's not about drawing money. It's not about making money. It's just not. It's about having good matches, supposedly. So he himself, again, mentioned that shit. And it's like, wow, what does that tell you about fucking AEW, you know? What does that tell you? Like, even the guy who, unfortunately, was a part of this shit and kind of contribute to why, you know, this whole indie shit or whatever. The guy himself literally fucking said that that's what AEW is about. It's about great matches. So what does that fucking tell you? And then he talking about how, you know, he doesn't regret his time in AEW, but, you know, but he's happy that it's done. He's hoped that they're happy, no, I am, and, you know, he's like understand tribalism, blah, blah, blah. But some shit is just outlandish that talked about my dog and all this out. So basically, you mentioned, like, as much as, like, he's happy about, like, joining AEW for a time or whatever, and happy that it happened, there were reasons that he actually wanted to leave the company. And again, that the whole shit what he said back in the All Out show, the All Out 2022 show, when he won the championship and MJF came back or whatever, on that show, he basically said, like, yeah, like, everything he said on the media scrum for that show is, like, he understood, like, why he's old, and he said, like, oh, he's old and tired and beat up or whatever. He said it for a reason, and he kind of has that same fucking feeling, sadly. And that's why, like, in reality now, he's, like, happy to be in WWE again and all that kind of shit. So it was like, okay. I had no problem with what he said. You know, I really don't. If anything, I do agree with a lot of things he has said. It's just as funny that this guy is kind of hypocritical for what he has said for defending AEW, saying all the shit he has done. It's just like, it's very hypocritical, definitely. But I'm happy that he mentioned it, because it's actually very good for a guy like him to mention it, and it brings some truth that even the guy who these people looked up to as, like, the supposed savior of, you know, their little hero, like the Smarky wrestling fans, even their little hero said it. You know what I mean? Obviously, this triggered a lot of fucking punk fans and made them, like, haters and whatever. It's like, who the fuck cares? You know what I mean? But, anyways, the sad thing about this is, like, this shoot happened. Like, this doesn't seem to, like, be, like, a thing that AEW need to focus on, right? Wrong. For God knows what reason, AEW decided to target this fucking shoot interview, basically showing that how they're fucking bunch of soft motherfuckers, and how they're literally, they are fucking children, and how they are fucking sad, or especially Tony Khan is. Tony Khan decided to make Edge, aka Adam Copeland, or whatever the fuck you call him, Edge, one of my favorites of all time. He literally made Adam Copeland, Edge, come out the show, to open the show, not relating to a story, to just say, I love AEW. AEW could do no wrong type of shit. He basically embarrassed himself. Or, I mean, I blame Tony Khan for this and goddamn AEW. that they legit made Adam Copeland, aka Edge, to cut the promo he did. Okay? First of all, Edge, let's be honest here, is not a AEW guy, or is not is not this top AEW star that's been for years to be this supposed soldier to talk good about AEW. That's not him. If anything, what makes more sense for a guy to act like a soldier to defend AEW is like a Chris Jericho, even. You know, even he's a legend, like Edge, but he could have cut the same promo. I don't know. It just would have made more sense for him to do it, or three other guys. And I'm basically rephrase. A lot of people said like there's three guys that started AEW, and they're like the only people that actually make sense to cut this promo. MJF, who's injured, you know, how does that, whatever. Kenny Omega, who's injured, like, or fucking John Moxley, who, I don't know where the fuck he is. I mean, that's the only guy that seems to fucking could have cut this promo. Why did it have to be Edge, who's a WWE, who's like, again, like it or not, even though he's in AEW, he is still going to be known as a WWE guy, and he just came to AEW. Why would legit Christian show up, or Edge, I'm sorry, like, whatever, even Christian makes more sense. Again, the sad thing about this shit, they forced Edge to come out on this fucking show to just say, I love AEW, you know, I'm happy I'm here, it's the most fun in my life type of shit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? And don't say that, Edge came out of his own free will, and literally the motherfucker was told, like, it's not like he can, like, again, this is a wrestling show. It's not like you can force yourself to go out and do whatever, you know what I mean? You have scripts for a reason, or you have supposed plans that happen on the show. And I would be surprised that even if they had scripts, you know? Clearly, a lot of people were triggered by what Punk had to say. Even I think the FTR people after the show said something about CM Punk, who I thought they're like buddies with him and whatever. But it's like, what does that tell you about a lot of these people in AEW? It's like, wow, they are soft to fucking not react a certain way. But the sad thing is, they made Edge do that. You know what I mean? And I mean, I still love Edge. Edge is one of my favorites of all time. He's one of my favorites of all time. It just is absolutely sad that really Edge would be the guy to say what he said. We'll talk about, but it's like, to be fair, I think it's sad that Edge think this way. It's like, this guy literally was part of when the cool days of wrestling, and he's like going to be fucking catering to the indie people. It's so fucking sad. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do... And, like, don't give me this shit that, this guy is a defender, lover of AEW, when literally this guy almost fucking destroyed Ricky Starks on the mic because Ricky Starks almost went to business for himself. So it's a bunch of bullshit. Right, let's talk about the promo that he did. Okay? I do think it's very embarrassing because it just made no sense. Okay, it's so stupid. Like, again, CM Punk said that AEW doesn't care to make a storyline. And unfortunately, they're true. But yeah, guess what? What they did, they proceeded to basically not do any storyline. They fucking just relied on doing stupid, boring, garbage matches and just like stupid segments for that no one's gonna give a fuck about. You know what I mean? So here's what Edge had to say. He comes out like, he's like, welcome to our superstar Adam Copeland, blah blah blah. He doesn't come out for the TNT Championship. So a guy, to get legit, the guy who's the fucking TNT champion, who won the title 2 weeks ago, or whatever, and this is like his first Dynamite as champion, and yet he's fucking coming out without the title, and to talk about how he loves AEW. Because a guy fucking said he did not like what the AEW did. Are you fucking kidding me? Adam Copeland Edge says, you know, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, it's a great time to be a fan. You know, I grew up watching the WWF. And I have no reason to boo because there were fans booing because getting his old this tribalism shit. Even though fucking, again, AEW was not around during the fucking, the WWF days. What were you guys watching? Like, to fucking now boo WWF? What's wrong with fucking cheering for WWF? He's fucking talking about it obviously back then. Whatever. It says there's no reason to boo. It's to celebrate all of it. So like get it, like I started to celebrate all of it because I love wrestling. You know, everything, you know, just options and blah blah blah. It's like this is not the Edge. This is not the real superstar. How is his character? You know what I mean? Like, how does this shit a lot make any fucking sense? Just saying. He says, Copeland watched NWA, Stampede Wrestling, BC All-Star Wrestling, all of because I love wrestling. 9 years ago, this was torn from me, and I worked to get back here. AEW is where I need to end my career. Like, why? Do you really need to end your career? Like, why? And again, he himself said that he loves WWE, would not have wanted to leave WWE, but the reason why he left, because he actually is a guy who wants to do more, which I respect wholeheartedly. Like, he wants to do more. But, like, in all honesty, like, do you really need to fucking go to AEW if, like, you know, what they're doing? Like, apparently, I don't know. It's just stupid. He says, you know, a lot of people don't understand it, but I see a murderous row of talent. The AEW Rock Group could go against anybody. Laurel Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Hangman, Swerve, Joe, Claudio, Moxley, Darby, FTR, Bucks, Buddy Matthews, Brody King, and Malachi Black. And it's like, you would think this would lead to a Malachi Black promo, right? But no, that promo did not lead to anything. It just leads to, I love wrestling, blah, blah, blah. Like, are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Copeland can face them all, he says. And it's like, I'm not knocking anywhere else, but this is the most fun I had in my 30-year career. It's like, really? Facing The Undertaker. Facing John Cena. Doing all these TLC matches. There are a few with the Hardys and the Dudleys. A lot of things that you have done in your career, you're going to say this is better than, and even, come on, man. It's so fucking pathetic. And again, this is all done to fucking pretend to make people care about AEW with this embarrassing promo. Like, give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna create a, you know, let's celebrate AEW and a fan support. And then let's even support the Bucks, Kenny, Cody even, and Tony Khan, who they should be celebrated because they are fans and they love this business. And that's not something to make fun of. It's pushed the rest of it to be a better place. It should be celebrated. AEW makes pro wrestling better. AEW makes pro wrestling more fun, and AEW is where it is the best wrestlers, where they wrestle. So great, oh, you know, Russell's here, Russell. Like, yeah, my occupation, like, yeah, like, get it? Freaking, like, let's say, yeah, police officer is policing. That's what they're best doing, is policing. I mean, that's what they should do, but come on here. This is an entertainment company, right? This is supposed to be entertaining. Professional wrestling is not supposed to be just about wrestling, you dumb fucks. Because who the fuck's going to care about the wrestling matches without a story and characters? And I can't believe that Edge is saying this, you know, because Edge, a guy who built his career being a radar superstar, how do you think? It's not because he was a good wrestler, which he is a good wrestler, one of the best in-ring performers of all time. It's because of his fucking character and storylines. Like, come on here. And then he welcomes the man who's the blaze of AEW going forward, and here he is, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay. So this is just... So nothing about this led to Edge having a storyline, having a feud, something maybe for Christian to come out or whatever. Nothing. It just led to freaking... Or even something even with Malachi Black. This is just a bullshit... What happened... He's just got a shitty promo by Edge to talk about how he loves AEW and how he should support AEW. AEW is an alternative. Why hate it? Blah, blah, blah. We're just going to talk about this, say this, because get it, CM Punk fucking bashed us. And what you guys should not listen to Punk because we are the alternative. An alternative is being a boring gay wrestling show about matches. That is not how a wrestling show should be, people. Like, come on here. And this is very disappointing for Edge as a wrestling fan to say. It is. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, come on here. That is terrible. And it's embarrassing. It makes Edge look bad. It makes AEW look bad because like literally you're focusing on one fucking guy bashing your shitty company. Like, come on here. That's like, again, imagine WWE to do that and how much shit you get bashed on. Like, whatever. First match. Will Ospreay defeats Balor's Hobbs in the boring, pointless match because he'll get it. Don Callis family shit, which is like, it's so stupid. Okay, this is again. There's no story for this. There's no hatred, but this is happening because get it. Don Callis has a hard on for his own friends. It's like, what shit is this, man? What shit is this? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Then second match, right after that, we see Bryan Danielson, like, he confronts, like, Will Ospreay or whatever in ringside. And then we immediately see a second match where Bryan Danielson defeats Lance Archer. Like, who the fuck didn't think fucking Bryan was not gonna win? But second, who the fuck cares about this match? What is the story? Who cares? Renee is here and welcomes Lionheart Chris Jericho, who's being boring. He says, like, even though him and Hook had an agreement last week, something about what he said kind of is odd and wants to clear things up with Hook's signal. So, like, basically what he could have asked last week is doing this week. It's so stupid, you know? Hook comes out. He says, Jericho says, when you play a game of highest levels, the rules are different. One, Hook understands and he sees what Jericho is trying to teach him. Jericho says that he doesn't have to trust him, but he can believe whether or not he does with Hook. Hook says he believes in him, but not so much because he has a upcoming match at Collision bets or whatever. Like Jericho basically also said oh, I understand why people don't like me or whatever, why it's hard to believe him because he turned heel a bunch of times in AEW. But like, come on here. Like, come on here. Like, this is, like, it's, that's their promo. Like, I'll get it, yeah, like, they'll support each other, but, like, Jericho will turn on him. Like, why didn't just Jericho come out and fucking cut the stupid promo that Edge did? At least it'll make sense for him to do. And then not just that, like, even though you could have led to something with fucking, like, Jericho, a story with him, maybe even getting insulted by somebody. I don't know. And then it's not too hard, man. But like, it made more sense for a guy like Jericho to cut. Again, he's the first AEW champion, and he's gonna like whatever. I don't know. And Jericho's problem with Hook is just dumb too. Like, who the fuck cares? Fourth match. Billy Gunn defeats Jay White. I'm actually surprised by that, but whatever. Good for him. Then we see Renee is joined by Willow, Nightingale, Statlander, and Big Stoke. Big Stoke says, the big thing the kids say is bangers, and then or whatever. So it's the fucking train and whatever. The fat wheel bitch, it had a banger and blah blah blah, and how she's gonna bust her ass and blah blah blah. Then CEO bitch comes out, fucking Sasha Banks, Mercedes, whatever the fuck. Who the fuck cares? He says, like, I'm back, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. And, if you guys want to see me in action, you guys see me in action in Las Vegas, meaning Double or Nothing. Yeah, we're going to really have to wait and care for this bitch to wrestle. Whoop-de-fucking do. Who cares? Fourth match, the Young Bucks defeated Best Friends, which was Orange Cassidy and, Trent Beretta? After the match... Oh, wow! The big heel turn by Trent Beretta. He turns on Orange Cassidy. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Like, give me a break. Who the fuck cares that this guy... who the fuck cares about Trent Beretta? And who the fuck's gonna really care about a fucking game feud about two former best friends when it's literally a jobber feud? Like, who the fuck cares? Give me a break. Who the fuck? And again, this is AEW for you. They only know how to do certain stories is, again, stupid betrayal storylines. So, like, who the fuck cares, okay? It's so tiring, who cares? So great, best friends are no longer best friends. It's a gay stereotype, but who fucking cares? Um, the fifth match. Thunder Rosa defeats Mariah May, who's fucking hot, but like, who the fuck cares about Thunder Rosa? Thunder Rosa is a fucking disgusting pig. Fuck her. Um, then the main event, we got Tony Schiavone hosting a whatever. Oh, yeah, guess what? It's announced next week that Adam Copeland will face Pentagon, whatever, next week. And like, really, really, they're taping fucking Collision after this show, whatever. And then you see the pound contract signing. Joe signs without an issue. The fans chant for Swerve. Joe says, "I understand where Swerve is coming from, but he gets it. From the blood feud with Paige to his top opportunities, everyone wants to celebrate a new champion. But I gotta tell you that that's just the truth. Signing this contract is a big mistake, a career-defining mistake." Joe says that he's gonna beat down and Swerve so severely that it's gonna look like he immensely scarred him, like his he left Daddy's party too late. While Joe tells Swerve to do the right thing, Swerve says that the whole life of leading him here and AEW itself is a building, a dynasty. And Swerve says the championship is bigger than the both of them, and Jay's the definition of a killer, and so is Swerve. At Dynasty, Swerve will show and it showed Joe every bit of the man. Now run to fade your bitch, or whatever he said. Joe swings at Swerve, but Swerve drops him with a huge right hand. Swerve tries to choke Joe with a chain, but then Swerve headbutts him and he hits him with the fucking chain or whatever. This leads to Swerve being bloody. Whoop-de-doo. Wow. So I'm sure there's no reason why they made somebody bleed, by the way, huh? Huh? You don't think, folks? Whatever. And then Renee basically, I don't know. Oh yeah, fucking, I don't know why I mentioned Renee. It's just like they're mentioning some shit about Renee Young about after the show. But yeah, fucking, what's his name? Samoa Joe basically leaves Swerve bleeding, but then Swerve is like laughing and whatever. I was like, "Oh, you're God," or whatever. And then and then Samoa Joe goes into the ring and and he does the Uranagi through the table, and that's how Joe stands tall with a bloody Swerve. Yeah, I'm sure that the whole blood. I understand AEW's been doing blood so many times now, right? But like literally, the timing can't be any more funny enough, or not just that. The whole idea that. Yeah, really, a fucking stupid fucking desserts. Like, hey, what am I talking to myself? I mean, it's not a good dessert. It's shit. It's shit. Whatever. That's all I have to say. I was thinking about something else. See, I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm tired, people. So, yeah, that was a terrible. I mean, whatever. Swerve gets put to the table, fine. But it's like I only care for the stories. It's like, oh, I just want to be the champion. There's no real story with that feud, folks. That's the problem. And AEW doesn't really have feuds anymore. Supposedly now Edge and Christian, their feud is over, sadly. And I don't know what they're doing. What else with this commercial is? Overall, I'm very disappointed, or I'm just kind of like, I feel bad for Adam Copeland or Edge. It sucks that he had to cut that shitty promo, and not just that, this promo with. I don't know what to really say. I'm tired, but all I have to say is that this show exposed the problems with AEW. It's just a darn shame they wasted their time and money, and they wasted Adam Copeland, aka Edge, a guy who wants to do more. Supposedly, you made him be the guy to deliver that mission statement to fucking support AEW. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why would you do that? Focus on your fucking show, make it better with stories and characters, right? But they haven't done that, unfortunately, because this fucking comedy is fucking dumb. And I'm tired, man. I'm tired. Like, CM Punk freaking, like, literally made everybody angry at AEW. And now, because he has said the truth, I will be honest with you, he's not wrong, and he's, like, more of the safer than a lot of stupid shit. But come on here. Who the fuck really cares about fucking this? Like, come on, man. I can't. I just can't. I don't know. Like, Edge is one of my favorites, and this is what they're gonna do. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, they couldn't have been Jericho. And everything else is just, it's kind of just done like whatever. Can you not fucking focus on your thing? Try to be a good show. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting tired, folks. All I have to say is it's astonishing to see Edge suit so to the predicament he is in, and not just that. Screw this fucking show. The show is boring shit. Oh, but Edge spoke the truth. You're just mad that you let them know. It just makes no fucking sense, and it's promo. Come on. Even as you're a pro AEW guy, you really think Edge should have been the guy to come out to say what he said? Like, come on. Hey, so just keep real, get your gains, you close my Nixie, find me some bitches, go, oh shit, oh shit. That's one thing I say. Fuck AEW, fuck Tony Khan, fuck all the everybody who's involved and make Edge look like an embarrassment. Because again, the only reason why they had to do that, more even than like Moxie, because he was the bigger star in the arena. So, what does that tell you? And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just keep real, get your gains, get your drink of cola, man. This find these bitches, go, oh shit, oh shit. That's all I'm gonna say. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Fuck modern wrestling and fuck Tony Khan and AEW and fuck all this shit. That's all I have to say. I'm tired. I hope that's talked about the shoot and talked about like it's embarrassing how Edge had to do what he did. It's fucking pathetic, folks. That's all I have to say. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Take care, folks. It's embarrassing. A guy like Edge, like, come on, man. Why? Take care, guys.